Week 3, day 4 in your workbook, it's called Joshua. All right, we're in the 6th book of the Bible today, the book of Joshua. Joshua was Moses' assistant, and you remember he was one of the 12 spies. Joshua takes over leadership after Moses' death, and it will actually be Joshua who leads the Israelites into the promised land. All right, so that's where we are. We're right here at the border again to Canaan, and Joshua sends in spies again, this time just 2. And the spies go to the city of Jericho and are hidden by a prostitute named Rahab. Now, Rahab protects the spies. She lies for them, and she asks in return that they spare her family. Rahab knows that God has already given the land to the Israelites. And so the spies agree to this, and they instruct her to hang a scarlet cord in her window so that they'll be able to identify her family when they come back. All right, so Joshua moves all of the Israelites into the promised land. He crosses over the Jordan River to get in, and the priests go first, and they hold the Ark of the Covenant in the middle of the river. All the Israelites go in, and when they get all safely to the other side, Joshua has them gather 12 stones from the riverbed where the priests were standing and pile up a memorial so that the people can remember God's faithfulness. All right, so now they're going they're in the promised land now. The entire nation of Israel is in the promised land, but it's not empty, and so they're going to have to take possession of it. And so the first battle that they're going to fight will be at Jericho, and God gives Joshua a very unusual, unique battle plan to take Jericho. He instructs him to have the army march around the city once a day for 6 days. And then on the 7th day, they'll march around 7 times behind the priest carrying the ark. And then the priests will blow trumpets and all the men will shout and the walls will collapse. And that's exactly what happened. And it was such a strange battle plan that it was very obvious to the Israelites that it was God who had delivered the victory and had nothing to do with their own strength. All right, so everyone in Jericho was killed except for Rahab and her family. All right, so this is the first battle. There's going to be a lot more in the book of Joshua because they've got to kill or drive out the people that are living in the promised land at the time so that they can take possession of the land. All right, so this happens. This is, there's a lot of battles, and eventually the land is claimed by the Israelites, and they divide it up between the 12 tribes, and everybody settles down. And at the end of the book of Joshua, Joshua dies, and things are looking pretty good. Joshua leaves him with instructions. Make sure you remember how you got here. Make sure you remember God, and don't adopt the ways of the land. It would have been awesome if the people had really listened.